Hi, this is Finance and Investing, just Joey style. And yeah, I know my hair is a mess and my shirt looks dirty, but it's just stained. It's late, about ready to go to bed. But I was thinking about you guys, and the standard portfolio is bullcrap. It's They say buy 60-40 stocks bonds. And when they say stocks, they mean like S&P 500. Anyhow, nobody really owns individual equities, which is stupid. But if you're not very good at picking stocks, then it is stupid. But so if you want a little bit more of a better portfolio, go a combination between the S&P 500 and triple Qs. If you're not very good at picking stocks, find sectors that are going to do well over the next several years. AI sectors, semiconductors, energy, financials, fintech, crypto, anything that you can find in an ETF and there should do well over the next 3 to 5 years, give or take. But the next 6 months is really going to tell us that story. But so S&P 500, that's your foundation to where you can just stay. It's stupid. I hate it. But if you don't know what the heck you're doing in investing, and if you're going to do whatever you want anyhow without listening to me how to build equities, S&P 500, triple Qs, get a higher portion of the triple Qs. Now, if you can't stand volatility, which doesn't make any sense because volatility isn't risk, it's just people not understanding the value of stuff. And tech's usually very volatile, but it always goes a lot higher over time because it's innovation. Um, so I would put a significantly higher portion of the triple Qs than the S&P 500. I would go personally 10% S&P 500. Well, not personally. I would touch the S&P 500 because it's garbage to me. Uh, Not complete garbage. It's a nice foundation, but to me, I have no use for it in my portfolio currently. Probably ever. Anyhow, I'm rambling. But it's a solid base, especially if you don't know what you're doing and you get a steady 10%. It's safety. It's safety with a return and it stays above inflation. So, yeah, it's solid. But if you want to actually grow, you need triple Qs. They return about 7% more a year. But if you look at it, I'm going to go a little bit further in depth. So I would go 10% SP 500, 40% triple Qs, and then I'd go or I'm sorry, 20 to 40% triple Qs, and then 5% into ETFs. So you're either going to go S&P 500 and triple Qs for the 50%, or you're going to do S&P 500 triple Qs and ETFs for your 50%. Okay. Then the other 50% is individual stocks. Now, if you're not very good at picking individual stocks at all, then go a much higher allocation to the triple Qs and the S&P 500. Be smart. Um, but yeah, look at the top 10 companies in the S&P 500 and look at the top 10 companies in the triple Qs. Those are pretty decent places to put money. The top 10 companies in the S&P 500 return twice as much as the S&P 500. So that's kind of how you build, and then you don't sell stuff. You just continuously build wealth. And by your individual companies, you're actually owning those companies, your ownership. So that's how you should look at it. You don't sell chunks of your house off. You buy your house and you have it. And then most people like try to add to it. Add a sunroom or an addition or a bathroom or whatever. In stocks, we sell it off. It's stupid. You're literally selling off your wealth. And that helps with compounding. So there you go. That's how I would build a portfolio if you don't really know what the heck you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing at all, go 100% S&P 500. Well, I'm sorry. 75% S&P 500, 25% triple Qs. So you can get a little more growth. But That way you can start to get a little bit more used to volatility. I mean, the S&P 500 is fairly volatile anyhow, but yeah, you just got to get used to it. But think about it long term, and we're building wealth. We're building equity. We're building ownership. And I like individual companies. Now you can do it with the S&P 500 too. You can sell covered calls, which eventually get you income. But it takes several years to build up to this. Now, you can go on this journey with me. It's going to be fun. And I'm going to teach people what I've done for years, and I'm going to tell you what I did that you shouldn't do. Because it really sucks making big, giant mistakes. And if you want to listen to me, you can avoid at least the big, giant ones that I made, and we can grow together. So over the next 2 or 3 years, you're really going to see that I know what the heck I'm talking about, but it's going to take that long to really do it. I'm leveraged in my account. I have shown it, and I'll show it again. But yeah, I'm very leveraged in my account because I'm very well researched, and there's a lot of very important people that understand a lot of things, and the next 3 to 6 months are really ramping up to be something very incredible for like crypto and AI. So pay attention to that. I'm leveraged in those areas, and if I need to, I'll take some losses if I'm wrong on the timing. But yeah, um, I'm mostly a long term investor, but I'm telling you that trading is definitely a thing. But learn how to invest first. And I'm putting out my steps. I have my steps for budgeting done, so I'm going to be putting that out for free. I have 6 steps to getting your financial crap together. So I'll put that out um, hopefully soon. And then I'm working on guidelines for investing because there's really only one step. Uh, and that's basically just buy good companies and never sell them and keep buying them. But there's some things that you need to like do. But you need to get your financial crap together first if you want to invest. Because if you're not, and when things dip or when things go high, you're going to want to sell your stuff. You're going to do it wrong. You need to get your short-term finances under control. It's very important. And I'm giving all of them stuff for free, and then I provide advice, basically guidance for you as like a financial buddy for $100 a year or $10 a month. So it's just nice to have somebody that knows what they're doing with credit and budgeting and loans and just giving you the advice of what you're doing with your life, with your finances. But anyhow, this finance and investing just Joey style. And I know it was kind of all over the place, but I kind of have a broad range. I'm getting a little bit more organized and trying to figure out this, but I just want to talk to you guys like a person. And see here, my hair's all messed up. It's about ready for freaking bed. I gotta go to work in the morning. So I'm just a normal guy, and I'm teaching you guys how not to do what I did wrong. And I'm going to show you that it works, and I'm going to show you that I know what the future is going to hold because it's written all over the wall. You just got to know what to look for. Um, yeah, this is kind of all I do in my spare time. So financial freedom is very important to me. I've had my stuff together for a very long time, and then I went through a bad couple of years, made a couple not so great decisions, but they weren't enough to like destroy my life, but it did. And here we are. Um, but if I wasn't as good with finances, I wouldn't have been able to even be where I'm at. Um, and then over the next, well, 3 to 7 years, I plan to retire, uh, depending, but I really think that I can do it in 3 to 5. And I really don't have all that much money right now. And I need over $1 million to be completely comfortable without a worry, without having a job for insurances and yada, 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 yada. Uh, and my current account is sitting, well, shoot. week before last, it was about 48,000. Now it's at 71. So my account's volatile. I'm leveraged. And yeah, I got pretty big balls. But I usually do when I know what I'm talking about. So yeah, we'll see if I'm right in the time. But anyhow, yeah, I'm just a normal guy, and I like to help you guys out. So this is what I'm going to try and do is a little bit more. This is how I'm thinking. This is what the market looks like. This is my life. My dog's sitting over there in the corner sleeping. I'm gonna take him for a small walk before we go to bed. Uh, but yeah, there's. It's just nice to have somebody to go through your financial journey with you, and that's kind of what I'm going to be. So I'm just Joey, and let's get to know each other and grow. Let's actually make our lives better financially through our short-term finances so we don't have stress. Like stress sucks. Like it's it really does. It sucks having um all this stuff going on in life. And then the last thing you want to do is be stressed about your finances, and then you get into something where you're trying to make better money, and then it's giving you even more stress because you're just looking at all these lines and charts and the economy and the government and this and that, and there's just so many things going on. So then you get overwhelmed, you get more stress. So I'm going to show you that you can do that without stress. I mean, I very, very rarely pay attention to my bank accounts because I know what's in there because it's all automated. And I have a plan, which is my budget. So I'm a little, ballsy, like I said, in the market. So that is fluctuating a lot, but I'm making up for lost time, and I've also learned a lot. So I'm using some more advanced tactics. Uh, yeah, I have a couple of trades that have been beat. I got a couple of options that are down 50% right now, which sucks. I got in too early. It was a good cycle, but I wasn't paying attention to my charts. I'm not the best trader for entry. I need to slow down for that. Um, and I'm working with actually shout out to Shades Trades, great Discord. He's got a wonderful system. So I'm developing a better system to trade with to actually instead of just an impulse when I want to buy. I'm an investor, so I like to be invested. So I DCA a lot, but my trading, I need to play that differently. I highly recommend that you put your investing account and your trading account in two different places because it can be difficult to hold it. Excuse me, to separate it in the same account. You can do it. Uh, but yeah, I recommend putting them in two different places because they're two different mindsets. There's two different ways to look at that money. Excuse me. Anyhow, that's probably it because I got to go to bed. I didn't mean for this to be this long. I actually didn't mean for this to go this far, but it did. So, yeah, let's grow together. This is going to be a cool journey, and I'm going to show you that it's going to take a little bit of time, but it just takes a little bit of consistency and discipline and understanding and having some guidance with somebody that's been there through the crap before. I still have some things to learn too, but I can teach you how to not do some dumb things. So, yeah, this is Finance and Investing Just Joey style, and I'm going to bed.